Greetings folks and welcome to another installment of Space Engineers. Hadn't done one in a little while, thought I really should. Since we last played, I don't think anything major's been done. I don't know, you can check the patch notes if you're really interested. We'd built ourselves a ship. We'd made ourselves a ship that was airtight. This all happened in the last episode, or 3 episodes really. Oh, hang on, I need to put my helmet on before I go outside. Okay, we're just going to fly out. Yeah, we built ourselves a ship. A not particularly pretty ship, but a very efficient ship. It'll get us from A to B. Has more features than the old rescue ship that we had, which we pretty much broke down to make this, plus a little bit of mining that we did. So plans going forward, I think we're going to make this into a light drone carrier. Yeah. You can make drones in this game. You can have them programmed, or you can have them remotely controlled. We're gonna do a simpler version. We're gonna do a remote controlled drone, because frankly the programming is difficult. It's in C++, and I haven't programmed in that language in about a decade, so I'm not even gonna try. Actually, probably even longer than that. Let's see. Yeah, about 2 decades actually. Yeah, so it's a language that's basically I'd have to read up on it to learn it. I'd have to literally refresh and probably relearn all of it as well, because I haven't done that kind of job in years. So yeah, we're gonna we're gonna outfit the drone, or the ship. We're gonna outfit the ship so that it's capable of managing a drone. Just one. This means we're going to have to do some things to the ship, though. Okay, so we're going to have to build an antenna for sure, and that connector on the back that I've been talking about, that's going to have to go on the back. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do that. It sounds like a very basic thing, but actually building this stuff isn't the easiest thing in the world. I think we've got the materials to do it. I hope we've got the materials to do it. I mean, we did mine a whole lot of different types of stuff. I should really have a look. Let's take a look at the inventory and see what we've got. What? No connected inventories. That's a. Huh? Well, okay. Right. So we've got. Oh, yes, we have silicone. Excellent. We have silver. We have nickel. We have some cobalt. We have some iron. What else do we have? We've got silver there, we've got some platinum. Ooh, we probably want some platinum on the go. I'm not sure we want gold for it. We've got probably the important bits. I think it's silver, nickel. Okay, let's take a look at what we're actually going to need. Actually, it's probably easier if we look at the assembler, really, isn't it? Okay. Okay, production. Here we go. So we need to build radio communication components. Yes, okay. So iron ingot, silicon wafer. I wonder, can we build just tell the assembler to build the entire antenna? We can. Huh. Is that the antenna though? And if it just takes iron and silicone, really? Just that? That can't be right. Just iron and silicone for an antenna, that's all you need? What is... Okay, well... Okay, that looks like a legit amount of equipment that you need. This could be super helpful for us. I mean, I don't normally build like this. I'm going to be completely honest. This is not how I usually construct things. I'm far more of an aggressive player usually. My ships built that I've built in the past generally are slightly more nefarious methods. One of the things that we used to do as a large group when we were all playing together was we'd build a space station. Then we'd build ourselves a couple of little fighters. Well, you wouldn't really call them fighters because 90% of the time they weren't even armed. We'd fly around a ship for a while until it had expended pretty much all of its ammunition trying to shoot us. Once we knew it was out of ammunition, we'd then fly out the ship, lock onto it with our landing pads, stop it, we'd then drag it back to our base and we'd grind it down. We got so good at doing this that we actually built a grinder pit to increase the speed at which we could do this crap. We could literally bust like 10 ships an hour easily, and that's how we kind of got all the stuff for building some of the larger items that you can still find on Steam. Yeah, there are a couple of space stations and stuff on the Steam Workshop that you can download. I should really put a link in the description for that. I'll do my best to do that. No promises. Okay, has it really finished constructing everything that we need? It can't have done. Really? It has. This makes me very happy. Okay. So we need those. We need those. We need that. Definitely need that. Definitely need that. And need that. And I think, whilst we're putting the antenna on the top of this thing, I think we're going to have this thing working on producing the connector as well. Yeah, that seems like a plan. So we can be doing one thing whilst this thing's doing another. Connector. Is there a way of... No, there is no searcher option really. You've just got to be sort of more observant than I am. Is that it? What is that? No, that's a spotlight. Okay. I know it's here somewhere. Just got to spot it. If we can spot it, it makes our life so much easier if we can just make it. It's going to be in this list. I'm just dumbing at the moment. It happens, you know. Okay, conveyor junction. This looks like the sort of line. Okay, collector. That's not the connector though. There's no search function here. There needs to be a search function here. This needs to be a thing that happens in this game. Because I'm trying to do this visually and I'm just failing abysmally. Well, I'm going to have to look at this. No. Oh, there we go. Really hope we've got enough. Our backpack is actually full of stuff as well. We're like at the maximum limit of what you can reasonably carry. Okay, so we're gonna... Where do we put the aerial? Because we don't want it to look stupid. But it doesn't really matter, because we've made the ship look stupid anyway. Okay, now let me find the... There we go. Antenna block. Okay, because it's not a small thing. We could have it on the front. This could make navigating in caves very, very difficult though. Like flying into asteroids and hiding. Whereas if we stick it on the back here, our ship will remain more or less streamlined enough for us to do things, stupid things like fly inside asteroids and hide. Yeah, if we do it like that, and then we can have the connector over there with the drone on it. Yeah, the aerial right between two ion thrusters, that's totally going to boost the signal, I'm sure. And that was sarcasm. Just get this welded together. Now this does make us very, very noticeable. Once this thing comes on, it's going to be super, super noticeable, as in, I would expect pirates to start hot dropping onto our position. And by hot dropping, I mean, yes, I do mean a hot drop, as in, they vanish somewhere within a 1,000 kilometer bubble around us, and then reappear on top of us. That could happen. And I just vented our entire atmosphere into outer space. That wasn't clever. Yeah, it's okay. We did mine plenty of ice, so we've got more ice. It's not an issue, but that was stupid. Don't do that at home, kids. Okay, yeah, we didn't actually pick up all of the radio components. I didn't even notice that we didn't either. Okay, we've got them all now. And we did it again, venting the entire ship's atmosphere. We need to keep both of these doors closed. I need to remember to do that, because that's twice we vented the ship's atmosphere into space. Like, I'm never going to be an astronaut. Don't ever, just don't. No, I'm just going to, well heck, I died twice in the first episode, so you know me and space do not mix. Like, if I ever had the opportunity, I think it's safe to say that I'd be more hazardous to myself than anything else. Did I just... Yeah, I did. Excellent. Okay. We didn't vent the atmosphere that time. Opening and closing doors. Correct use of an airlock. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got the aerial on, and I just completely pressed the wrong button there. There we go. Nope, did it again. Okay, so we actually don't need the steel plate, and we don't need the construction components. We just need that, and those. Because we've already got enough of the... Well, we'll put it in our backpack anyway, just in case. See, the atmosphere is not venting. It's just venting into this one block air, into this one airlock section here. And we close the door, and that stops the entire ship from venting. Just vents what's in the airlock. That's why there was no rush of air out. Yes, I just explained how an airlock works. Or at least a very basic, wouldn't pass health and safety regulations airlock that I made. Okay, we are out of oxygen as well. We need to get this done pretty fast. Okay, so we G-list and we go... that. Yep, perfect. This shouldn't take too long to weld, even though it is a large component, and it was on the old ship as well, so it's altogether possible that we would have had the components if I'd looked. Or maybe we wouldn't have, because we did use some bits and bobs, didn't we? Building other things. Okay, so we've got an antenna now, and we've got the connector we need that will enable the drone to dock onto the back of our ship here. So I'm thinking that now we need to probably... I think I need to mess with the antenna controls a little bit first, and then we'll start building the drone. And I do need to fix my air supply. Okay, so the O2 bottle goes over there, refills. See, we're down to 8.6k of ice. That's not good. This is why venting the atmosphere of your ship is bad. We can do a lot of the production of this and build outside. In fact, we're going to have to do a lot of the production and build for this outside. We don't have a choice. You can't build a drone inside a ship, and what we're building will not get through that airlock. We'd have to knock holes in the walls, vent the atmosphere. No, we're just not doing that. We'll build the drone outside. Part of me wants to sort of snuggle us in here, but... Ooh, gold. I must have, like, been mining here probably last episode. That's pretty awesome, though. It saves the position of ore and minerals between saves, because as you've seen, I haven't done any mining. It's just floating around. Okay, don't know what that was. It was a bit of something, though. You can really tell I've been here. I feel like we need to find somewhere safe to do this, though, because we're going to be outside of the ship for a while building this thing, and we've hung around that asteroid too long, and it killed us twice in episode 1. So, if it's the same asteroid, that is, I think it is. So we're leaving this place. We also get to see how it handles now that we've slapped a ruddy grey aerial on the back of the thing. Okay, so, there she is. Got the antenna on the back. I really need to play with those controls though first. Okay, control panel, the antenna. See, it's broadcasting 5,000 meters, and it's taking 20 kilowatts to do it. 4 watts at 1 meter. Yeah, we're going to power save for the moment, because until we've got the drone built, we actually need to take control of the drone. We don't need the antenna. So we can run it at 1. It will still receive signals, so we'll know if there's something broadcasting. Well, we would anyway, because we've actually got that kind of thing on our suit. But there is a mod on Steam as well that you can get called Radar. It's a very interesting mod. I'll explain what it does. So you have an antenna on your ship, and using a subcommand, type scan, and it will ping with your antenna and scan for any pings back from other antennas. It's an actual thing. And then you get a drop-down list with your azimuth and your trajectories and everything, and it shows the trajectories, and you know it'll enable you to sort of navigate towards where the thing is. And what is that over there? Is that a thing? It's probably a rock. Ooh, I've just thought, before we go anywhere or do anything, I need to stop the ship. This is a huge waste of fuel, by the way. But flying past curiosities like that and not knowing, unless you change course and fly towards it, and we can fix that problem. We can fix that problem of not knowing And we don't have to reveal our locations using some active scan system either, like I just described. Because we can just stick a camera on this and get a zoom in on things. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do that very, very quickly. A camera does not take very much in the way of resources to build. Okay, production. There we are. It literally just takes that. We had the components in our bag. Yeah, we did. Look, we've got iron and we've got computers. Oh well, never mind. Okay, we want the camera up high, I think. This is the wrong menu. That's the right menu. There we go. So type in cam. We only need the first 3 letters to search, and we find the camera. Okay, now the way to tell that this is the right way up is, see that little dot there? That needs to be on the bottom. So we rotate and rotate until it's like that, and that is the correct way up. See how you've got this little dot, and then you've got this less obvious kind of semicircle thing here. There we go. We now have a camera. And it is totally the right way up. Okay, so we're just going to hit our G key. This gives us access to our, if you hit G, it gives you access to all of the components on your ship, or all of the active components, not all the blocks, just all the components. So we've got our interior light that we took off of our other ship, we've got our interior door that we made ourselves, we've got the sliding door that we took off of the other ship, medical facility, you know, all of the rest of it, and these new things, the antenna and the camera. And we're going to bring the camera down to toolbar, and we're going to add it to the toolbar, not as on, not as off, not as toggle on off, as view, because we want to be able to use it when we press 1. We want to be able to see what we're curious about. Okay, so now that's done, we had a curious thing that we were looking at, or thinking of looking at. It's altogether possible we floated by it though. That's not very interesting. Oh, hang on, it's those things over there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we get that, line that up in our crosshairs like that, and we've done this right. There we go. We're now in camera mode. You're saying, that's only as good as what you had before. Yeah, but we can zoom. Check it out. Okay, so we can now see from this distance, that's probably a rock. Or actually, we should probably have a closer look at that. I don't know whether that is a rock or not. Those are rocks. That's a rock. Maybe. And that's probably a rock as well, even though it looks really sharply triangular. We're going to have to change course and take a look. It's fine though, because we can keep it zoomed on the camera until it's no longer, until we're sure it's just a rock, because that could be something else. It's probably a rock with like ice and maybe uranium on it. We're also trying to look for a place where we can sort of set up shop for a little while and work on building that drone. Admittedly, this doesn't look like it would be a good place to do so. These little tiny asteroids they're very, very small. It's got to be an asteroid. Just even on the camera, its resolution is really terrible. And yes, that's probably because like I need to to update my computer at some point in the very, very near future. That is a really interesting shape though, if that's an asteroid, because those are some really sharp edges and angles there. Is that an asteroid or is that something else? Is that light on that thing? What am I looking at here? Help me out guys, what am I looking at here? Is this a rock? It's got to be a rock. I mean, we're really close to it now. See, rocks, rocks, rocks. Oh my god! Okay, that's one hell of a rock. How do we get out of camera view? We're really flying towards that. I'm gonna give us some boost over this way because I don't want to hit it. Okay. Did you see that, guys? That's a lot of uranium though. Right there. That's a lot of uranium. Right, so how the hell do I... oh, press F. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I was literally in panic mode steering there. Like, turn. I don't know if we would have hit it. Actually, yeah, we would have. We'd have gone face first into that if I hadn't. Basically went like that and panicked. Okay, that's also a rock, but well, yeah, that's very clearly a rock. Okay, we need to find a decent sized rock. Like that one over there. Yeah, that rock right there. That'll be a good rock. If we could sort of park ourselves in the middle of that donut, that gives us... It gives us a little bit of safety, but at the same time, we've got a way out to run away to, actually, because we can reverse out. That is a very interesting shaped rock. Yep, that is definitely a rock. Believe me, you will, if you're sort of exploring and playing passively, you know, not in it to murder all of the things. This is what you're going to spend a heck of a lot of your time doing. Just covering stupid distances. I want to take a look at that over there. Yeah, it's just a rock. Disappointing. Definitely just a rock, but I thought I saw something else hanging around there as well, but no. Okay. What are you? Okay, that's the Spat raiding station. Well, that kind of foils our idea of hiding there, because now we've got to run away from that. But we'll take a look at it. Okay, yeah, we're not going anywhere near that thing. That thing's got guns. I can't see them, but I know damn well that thing's going to be armed. Yeah, we're getting the hell out of here. And yeah, it did just appear, which means it does have a jump drive. And we don't. So we need to just run. What about that rock over there, maybe? If we can hide in that big rock over there. We are literally just going to go full speed at the moment because I just don't want that thing anywhere near me. It's got guns. We don't. I do intend to put guns on this at some point, but we don't have them right now. So we're now up to 100 meters a second, which is actually fast enough to kill you, so I'm not complaining. There are ways that you can break that speed limit though. That kind of looks, see that? 2 eyes, a nose and a screaming mouth. That's freaking nightmare fuel right there. Seriously. Am I seriously being corralled right here? No, that's a military escort. Don't have to worry about that. It won't change course. Those are rocks. And it would be really awesome if we did find something that we could salvage. Or steal if it happens to be better than the ship we're in at the moment, which wouldn't be hard. And we are coming at this way too fast. Yeah, I've got to lose 100 meters a second, and yeah, I left the braking on that way too late. The upside is we're now over 20 kilometers away from that thing. Although I'd like to be further. We'll go to this rock over here, and we'll avoid Nightmare Fuel Rock because I'm afraid to zoom in on it because, like, from a different angle, it might look like Slender Man or something. I mean, you've got that rock over there. I'm not saying what that rock looks like. I mean, let's keep it clean, guys. But you all saw what I saw. I know you did. Look at that rock, though. That's seriously. I'm not zooming in on that. That's just hideous. Okay, we need to, like I said, find. So it looks like I'm going to spend the rest of the episode finding somewhere where we can just sort of chill for a little while and get this drone built. That could happen. Look at that rock. I know it's just a rock and it's not going to do anything. And it's probably filled with awesome minerals and stuff. But that thing's, ugh. Yeah, a little bit triggered by that. Yeah, you're looking at that rock and we're all thinking the same thing. Yeah, that green statue. The one with the really small... No, it's YouTube, keep it clean. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on the smaller rocks, because it's happened to me in the past where the smaller rocks haven't been smaller rocks. They've been other things. And I'll leave that to your imagination. But basically, you know, ships and stuff you find in the game. Because yes, there are ships. There are even stations, like space stations. Some of them built into the asteroids. So you have to really keep your eyes peeled. And it would be amazing if we found something like that. We probably won't, but it would be pretty freaking amazing. I need to lose some speed. Okay, ooh, is that a hole? Whoa, what is that? What? Okay, no. Thank God it rendered properly. I seriously thought we'd stumbled across a space station for a moment there. It looked... There was all kinds of weirdness going on. I mean, you saw it. There was real architecture. It must have just been graphics, though. We need a light on our ship as well. We need like a spotlight so that we can actually see where we're going when we fly into these things. And I don't recommend this in any ship at all. This is exactly how you break things. Yeah, you see, yeah, you have to be really careful. I mean, this thing weighs, our ship now weighs a lot, 206,047.90 kilograms. Yeah, so we're kind of heavy. You don't want to plough into anything at that weight at any speed, realistically. I mean, what with this being space, once it's moving, it doesn't stop until it actually hits something else. Or you've got retros. Kind of like we do. Okay, we're just... This is so dangerous. Why am I doing this? Okay. Right, I think we're parked. We cannot turn around. We're probably going to have to reverse out, which is going to be just scary. I'm not sure whether we can... We might be able to fly out the front. I'm not sure whether we're going to have to... it's going to be a tight squeeze, and there are rocks there that will rip holes in our ships. The upside is, now we're parked in here, we're actually fairly safe, because those same rocks that would tear our ships apart will do exactly the same to anything else that comes near us. And the AI is not so smart, so it won't follow you into this kind of thing because it knows it'll get its ass kicked. And I won't even have to fire anything. Okay, so what have we got here rock-wise? What is that? I don't know. Okay, so we've got some cobalt. We've got iron. Lots of iron. Okay. This is good. There's no way that we're using all of that iron. Just, nope. It's not going to happen. Okay, we can, fortunately, now that we've got that connector set up, I think we can do most of our work from outside the ship. Because everything's on one conveyor system, so everything's interconnected, so we should be able to access from here. If I've done this right, I can actually put this stuff in. Yeah, I can. Okay, we want that, and we want that. Why in the hell am I carrying 46 mags of ammo? We don't need to be carrying that right now. Okay, yeah, Ox O2. Yeah, we need more O2. We're running low on O. Yeah, it goes in there. H2O O2 generator. There we go. Full again. I feel like we're going to need more iron for this though. Even though it is a small ship that we're building. Well, it's not even a small ship, it's a drone. It doesn't have life support systems or a cockpit or anything. It's going to be a really tiny little thing. I know that we're going to need more of this. Because we've got plenty of things like, you know, silicone and silver and nickel, so we have no problem building a lot of the components. We've got some cobalt and we've got more nearby if we actually do need to mine it, which I don't think we will. I'm pretty sure we won't. Yeah, look, we've got 4k of iron. We've built quite a lot of that with that already. Okay, so getting this thing built. I think the first thing we want to do is we want to build out from its centre. Yeah. So the first thing that we wanted to do, well, it's going to be a mining drone. So what does a mining drone do? Well, it mines ore and carries ore away. So I think the first two bits that we'll get figured out are the storage, because it's going to need somewhere to store all that ore, and then the mining bits. So we want, yeah, conveyor cargo, small cargo container. Do we want small? Large, medium, there, yes. Okay, this is going to be a very, very simple little drone. As simple as we can possibly make it. And sort of around about, yeah, interior plate, really? Okay. Oh yeah, we got rid of everything that we were carrying, didn't we? Okay, so we need to build more interior plate. So we go K-list and production and interior plates. There we go. We'll do a couple of hundred of those because we might need them in future projects. Okay, detector components. Yes, we're going to need those. How much? What does it take to make detector components? Bit of nickel. Okay. We don't need 101 of them though. 4, 5. We'll go with 10. We'll go with 10 because there's no way that we're going to need 10. Radio communication components. Yeah, we're going to need a few of those because our drone's going to need remote controlling. What else? Small steel tubes, large steel tubes. We're going to need some large steel tubes, aren't we? Canvas, really? Okay. Gravity generator components. No, we don't need those. Reactor components. Yeah, we're going to need some of those. We'll go with 10, just to be on the safe side. What else? Power cells. Probably not. Girders, no. Construction components, no. So I think we've got everything that we should need. Wait, thruster components. Yeah, we're going to need... Are we going to need thruster components though? Because we should have thruster components left over. Let's check that. Inventory. Yes, look at that. We have tons of thruster components, tons of large steel tubes. Okay, we even had 100 interior plates. already, so we didn't need to even make those. Damn it! Oh well. We've got more. Yay. Okay, so let's get this built then. So we want it somewhere around about here, I think. Yeah. Go. Okay, so we're going to need motors, computer components, a display. Okay, we're going to need some. We're going to need some fairly advanced stuff actually, which is totally fine because we have the ability to produce it. Okay, so motors. We're going to want 10 of those. Displays. Bulletproof glass. No, that's not it. Explosives, displays, there we go. We'll build 10 of those as well just to be on the safe side. Oh wow, we are like totally out of everything. Okay, we need more nickel. Yeah, something was taking the gravel there. Okay. We're gonna need gold. We've got a little bit of it. We're gonna need more cobalt, I don't know. We've got plenty of everything though. We're able to just cycle everything in. Okay. Oh wow, it already made them. Excellent. I think we should have that. Yeah, we'll leave the richer stuff for the more for later. We've got a little bit of the rich stuff. I mean, we've got a little bit of platinum. We've got a little bit of gold. Are we going to need more silver though? Do we have any? Yeah, we have silver. Excellent. And we've got plenty of it. So we probably want to switch that back. Yep, there we go. Okay. What is that? Spat military escort. Nothing for us to worry about then. So we had everything. Yeah, we've got more or less everything we need, I think. Computer components. We don't need that many slicer components. There's just no way. Oh, we even had displays already and motors. However, we can't actually carry it. It's lucky we built more motors and displays though, because we're going to need more. Okay, we're just going to move this up here for the moment, so that we know that we've got everything. What don't we need at the moment? Well, we don't need the steel plates. We had, like, oh my gosh. What's with all the reactor components? Why? Okay, so it's just that, and that. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll take some of those, because we can. I've got a feeling we'll need them really quickly. Okay, so that is our cargo container. This is going to handle storage and just moving the crap around. Okay, next we want the tool that it's going to make. Or the tool that it's going to use, sorry. So we hit G. And weapons and tools. Here we go. We want it to be a mining drone, so we're going to put a drill on it. This is fairly heavy. It's a lot more beastie than the little hand drill that we've been using. Okay, I was just figuring out how we're going to get this all connected together. Okay, let's get this lined up dead center, like that. Okay, there we go. Now, some of you may be thinking right now that I just made a very rookie mistake. You'd be wrong, because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how are you intending to connect this to this? You could have just done it from there to there. There is a reason, and it will become very apparent very shortly why I've done it like this. I'm going to have to run a connector from here to here. That's not very hard to do. Because obviously the mining drill has to be connected to the cargo container. Otherwise, all of the stuff you mine just ends up in your mining drill. At which point, what's the point of having the cargo container if you're having to move this stuff over yourself? Yeah, we're gonna. There we go. That's what I want. Small one of those. Well, actually, we'll use that. Yeah. There we go. Right, so we want a curved one, like that. Straight one, yeah, like that. And then another curved one. Yeah, there we go. See, now that bit of piping there will handle all of the ore that this holds. We'll pipe it over and into this container here. You already knew that though, you know how conveyor systems work. Okay, that's one. That's two. We may need more motors. Okay, next we need... I'm in the wrong menu. I keep doing that. Next we need the connector. Because we need the connector that's going to link onto that. So we need a secondary connector. Because a connector needs to connect to another connector. It doesn't just, like, connect. It doesn't, like, this is not that simple. I wish it was, but it's really not. Okay, we need some more of those. We'll take the 12 step. We don't need all of those at once right now. But yeah, our drone's coming together quite nicely actually. It's a very, very simple construction. And as you can tell, the connector backs straight onto the cargo container. So these two are linked. I don't actually have to do any of the shenanigans that I did with this. And yes, that is why the container is around that way. I want the drone to be able to back onto this section here. I said it would all make sense in the end. I do believe I did say that. Okay, so next, I think we need to attach the power supply, which is going to go here. This is why we built reactor components and stuff. And I've done it again, wrong inventory. Okay, so we go power blocks, and we take the small reactor, because it's only going to have one small reactor powering this thing. Yeah, we want it. Do we want it there? And we are going to have to build a second reactor onto it. I'm going to be entirely honest now and say that, because we'll need to load uranium into that one, and without power, nothing moves through cargo sections. Wow, we only need 3 reactor components, so we went totally overkill on the reactor components. That's good to know. I mean, we do need more. Like I said, we can't build everything and have it work just with one bit. We need 2 reactors basically, because we'll need to have one reactor which isn't linked into the cargo system, and we'll use it to fuel and power the ship, whilst we get the second reactor that is all linked in, fueled up. Because without power, like I said, nothing runs through conveyor systems, which means you can put uranium into the connector, but it won't go into the power generator. You need power for everything to be moving around. Which is why we'll build a second reactor, but then once we've got power into the ship's main reactor, we'll take that second reactor off. What do we want to build next? I think we need to build the thrusters. Yeah. So we need to put a gyro on this thing. We need thrusters. We need a remote control unit. We need a camera, 2 preferably. We also need to make some more steel grates, because I don't think we've got any of those. Production, yes. Give me 10 of those. Okay, so we'll go G-list and go all blocks. I'm perfectly happy to hunt around for this stuff. Okay, so we had that on the action bar already. Gyro. There we go. Gyroscope. Camera. These things are so easy to construct. Remote control. We've also already got the antenna on there that we'll need to make. Excellent. Okay, so now we just need to decide which way's up and which way's down. Yeah. Okay, well, this side's going to be the top. Yeah. I know, that was a really quick decision there. Oh, there you are, okay. Okay, that should be the front. Yeah, so this curved section here, that kind of tells you where the front is. So you'll have a curve, a flat section on the top, a curve, and then you've got the front of it there. This will define the entire orientation of this vessel. Basically, this is going to be your point of reference for things like up, down, left, and right. And without it, you have no point of reference. I hope I've done that right. I believe so. Yeah, that's correct. Unless I've done it wrong and that bit's the front. But that would be stupid. Yeah, one of these 2 sides is the front. We may have to do something to our ship if I've done this wrong. Apologies. Right, there we go. That's up the right way though. Yeah, we'll have to take the camera off as well. This will turn into a real pain if we've done this wrong. We need more computer components. We've really used up all of our computer components already. Computers. There we go. Well, we might as well do 100 of them. I mean, we're going to need them. Okay, let's find that stuff, and that can go in there, and that can go in there. Now, I don't know for sure if they've patched it so that you don't need power anymore and uranium will somehow, through the magic of magic, yeah, through the magic of magicalness, uranium will somehow travel through there and get to... We'll try it, but I'm fairly sure it won't work. What we'll do is we'll just control click and take 10. That is way too much. Shift click. No. Ah, what's happened there? Did I just delete that? Please don't tell me I just deleted that. What happened? Where did it go? Oh, okay, it's in the connector. That terrified me. Okay. Control click. Seriously, I thought we'd lost a ton of uranium there. Okay, through the magicalness of Magic-Key, nothing happens, just as I said. Because there's no power, nothing's moving to the reactor. The reactor is plumbed incorrectly, and once we have power, it will move across. We have to get power. But not yet, because we still need to build the gyro. Okay, Mr. Gyro, you will go there. Now the gyro allows us to control our attitude in space. Yeah. I know, I just fell into a whole huge hole with that one. Control your attitude in space. Some of you may not get the game terminology. Apologies if you don't. Just wiki.
Energy low.
Oh, wow, we're almost out of power. Okay, yeah, no, get back in there now. I don't want to die of no power. Okay, so our drone's coming along well. We now just need to attack, because we've got all of the basic sort of systems that a drone needs, except for the antenna. We'll do the antenna next, then we'll do the thrusters. We'll put some armor plating on it, we'll put the landing gears on it last, and we'll fuel it up, and then we'll attach it to the ship. Hopefully. This could be a longer episode than usual. In fact, a lot longer. This could be 2 hours, this could be hard. Upside, our suits are now refueled with power. Sorry, I was having a slug of tea there. Very cold tea, it's been sat there an hour. Okay, so antenna. We want that in a fairly protected position, ideally. Okay, so we're going to want it, yeah, I think up here. So, somewhere along this section here. We've got it on our thing, so we'll just go like that. Yeah, something like that. I think that looks kind of cool. That'll work. Okay, now we'll have the ore detector on the other side. That'd enable the drone to detect ore. Because, you know, it's an ore detector. Did we add that to the list though? I bet we didn't. There we go. We'll have it over the camera. That was probably a bad idea because we need to put another camera on anyway. But not until after the arm has gone on. Because we need a rear camera so we can see where we're reversing into. Okay, so it now has all of the stuff that a mining drone needs, sort of components wise. We do need to put thrusters on though. We're going with a really crappy low thrust model. We're only going to have like, well, it's going to be the same setup as on our ship, where it will be like 2 in the primary directions, and that's all. And we're going to have a very light armor set as well. Yeah, I am. I'm scrimping on the side thrusters as well. We're going to have like 1 on the sides. Right now it does need to be able to go up and down. And I think we do need to actually bury those in a little bit. Actually, yeah, if we do it like this. I saw a very old NASA setup like this on a space shuttle where they configured their retro thrusters for like attitude control in space. Did it again. They'd set them up kind of like that in this star pattern, and that meant that they only had to have 1 fuel line running up, and it would be fueling 4 thrusters. It was really ingenious. But with that thruster setup, we've just stolen off NASA. All credit goes to NASA for this one. We'll have complete control of our drone in space. We've done ore detectors. We were supposed to do thrusters, and we've... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We dumbed the hell out of that. It's perfectly okay. I was so proud for a moment there. I was like, this is going to be freaking awesome. And then, no, you screwed up. Congratulations. And I'm not going to edit that out either. I'm gonna own that. Yeah, I screwed up. Okay, so we'll do that again. This time with actual thrusters. There we go. And then round on the other side. Well, we're going to need those thruster components now. I think we'll probably only need 10. And they only take 1 each, and we have 10 thrusters total, so yeah, 10. Yeah, the NASA used to use these sort of thruster setups on their shuttles. I don't know how long they used them for, and they also used them on satellites and probes and stuff as well for a while. Really good layout, really good design. You can imagine if you're only running 1 fuel line to like 5 different thrusters. Instead of 5 fuel lines from 5 different thrusters. It's going to make things a whole lot simpler to find a leak in the fuel line. It also means that you're not carrying like tons of extra weight in fuel lines. We need to make more large steel tubes. Yes, we do. Production. I know they're here somewhere. I'm not seeing them. Am I being stupid? There they are. Okay. I was being silly. Okay. So we need to find those now. There we go. We don't need 20 of them. We really, realistically, no. We didn't need that many, but never mind. We should also finish the one that we didn't finish. Running low on power again, actually. And whilst I did tap it very, very gently, I don't think it's moving because this thing weighs quite a bit, so it takes a little bit of mass to get it going. Yeah, that, I believe, is that. I think that'll work. Okay, we're going to put the rear camera on, and then we'll attach the foot, because it will need a foot. We'll attach the foot first, I think. Okay, wrong list again. There we go. Light armor block. Yep, we're gonna use the light armor block. It's a very, very, very important piece of equipment here because it's going to hold our foot in place. That is, I keep doing that today. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, so we want landing gear. That's the fella we want. We've done the thrusters, so we don't need those anymore. Okay, yeah, and this is perfect. You see how that goes on just like that? And it's at the perfect distance where once that connector's within range and active, that'll fire off. Ah, I want to be able to put my foot on there. No. I'd love to be able to put another foot there, but we've done the gyro there. Shame. So can't do it. It doesn't matter. One foot is fine. Even if it's in like a super weird place. This thing's going to look freaky. Okay, so we've got our armoured foot in place. Now we just need to install one small backup reactor. I think we'll probably keep it. There's no reason not to, realistically. Yeah, we're going to do that. If we put the reactor there, like that, we had absolutely everything we needed. We want that one, yes. Oh, no, 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 I didn't want to put all of it in there. How the hell do I do this? Is it... No, it's not even control rack. There's a way of separating these into... I'm certain there's a way of separating a stack. There we go. We'll separate it equally, so because we're keeping that reactor. So that reactor will go there. Now watch what happens when I put this uranium into the connector. Not even the reactor, the connector. See that? It's going down. Why is it going down, you ask? Because it's going straight into that reactor, which is actually linked into the cargo system, conveyor system. That reactor's not linked in. Realistically, we don't need it now. I'm going to remove it. I know it's a horrible thing to do. The reactor did nothing to me. but it's got resources that we really shouldn't waste. Okay, so yeah, this drone is going to run on literally 1 megawatt of power. We don't actually need to put any more fuel in it either, because that is plenty. 3 kilograms of fuel is like twice as much as we started in our rescue ship, and that thing was huge. This thing is tiny. That much fuel is like... it's like giving a baby a whole chicken and saying, "Here baby, eat the chicken." The baby's not eating the whole chicken, no way. At least not in one sitting. I'm sorry, I do silly things like that sometimes. Or make stupid analogies. Okay, so we're just gonna... We're not over-armoring this thing because realistically we can't. We're going to give it a minimal amount of armour. At this point it's more about sort of weight saving than anything. We don't want it being heavy. We want it to have armour so it can take a little ting, you know. We want its armour to be pretty deflective so that stuff's, you know, not impacting the armour, it's more bouncing off. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. I know you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so we're burying the thrusters inside the armour, or at least these side ones, because I'm worried that they'll take damage and take taps. The other thrusters won't, they're going to be fine. We're going to have armour around them anyway. But those ones on the side, I don't like that at all. I'm afraid that they're going to take damage when we're mining. So we're gonna give them plenty of armour all around. Just like this. They're only little tiny sections of armour. But we want it to look sort of, you know, neat and protected. And yeah, we're going to use a lot of these sort of half and quarter armour blocks. I'm not sure whether that keeps the weight down or not. I'm going to assume it does, because they're smaller, even though it uses like the same amount of resources. Okay, so that's that section done. Oh my gosh. There we go. I'm not sure whether this armouring that I'm using has a particular design name. I mean, if I was in charge of naming it, I'd probably call it Slopey Armour. I know, stupid. But yeah, see how the thrusters are kind of protected by armour? To a point. Whilst not being super protected, so it doesn't look terrible. And I'd like to use as few full armour blocks as possible. Apart from that one that we've got the foot on, obviously, because we need that. That's a very strategic piece of armouring right there.
Energy low.
Oh my gosh, my energy's out again. Well, yeah, okay. Back to the ship we go very quickly. obviously we can't recharge whilst outside, but we're still able to get quite a bit done because obviously it's a small ship, or well, a small drone realistically. Okay, just jump in here very quick. Yeah, our suit's power's going back up nicely. Sorry, I had to drink more tea. Keep in mind, hour and 20 minutes so far we've been going. And this could turn into like a 2-hour video, which for me is a freaking marathon. And it's a Monday, you know, I had work today. A tiring, horrible day at work. I mean, there are high points at work, I'll admit, you know. Little motes of entertainment. But otherwise, most of the time, it's boring as hell. Okay, we can't armour up that section there at all. Because all of our sensors and our camera equipment, and I kind of want that to remain free. But this bottom section here, we can definitely armour that. We don't want it, again, to be super heavily armoured. Do I want that? Yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, it works, it's not ideal, but it works. I mean, that's a worrying thing there. Right there, because that's a section that I don't want to ever take a knock, and I know it's going to take a knock. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I know it looks weird, but I'm so worried that something's going to tap that, and then that connection line there gets severed because part of it gets destroyed. I don't want that to happen, so we're doing that. Okay, we're going to have to use full armour blocks here and here. We don't have a choice. See, we could do that on the back there, but we couldn't do it here because obviously the foot's there. Right, now we can finish welding it up. This drone is pretty much finished now. We just have to weld the armour sections up. And I know what you're thinking, you're like, you've put so much armour on a mining drone. It's like, well, yeah, but then, as you saw in episode 1, asteroids are dangerous. But we can see way better than this thing can. And can you tell how I've screwed up, kids? Have you figured it out yet? There's no camera on the back, so I'm not going to be able to see where the hell I'm going. Now here's the question. Where the heck do I put a camera? Ah, it's going to have to be right here, isn't it? And in fact, that's probably a pretty good place to put it. We're going to need a full armour block here. Don't have a choice. It's going to ruin the aesthetic. Not that this drone had much of one anyway. Okay, so camera, yep. This is so that when we're reversing, we can see where we're reversing. Because we're going to have to reverse this thing to connect onto this thing, which is going to be entertaining. It's just how the drone got built. I'm sure other people have come up with better ideas, But those other people aren't here right now. I'm building this thing. Yay! Just getting as much of this welded together as possible. Should be able to get it all done realistically. Nearly there. Okay. Yep. Just need to do these bits. Not too worried about tapping it now because it's got a gyro, remote control, and all the other shenanigans. So it's able to keep itself stable. Now I look at it, I'm like, that's a really slim amount of armour that I've put on there. But at the same time, you know, it's drilling, it's moving forward, so the most vital areas are protected, except this bit here. I don't want to put more armour on it, but another part of me saying you should really put more armour on that. That's nowhere near enough armour. Yeah, I'm going to do it. It's just this section, like, if we lose the remote control and the camera, we lose the drone. It's gone. So we need to kind of not lose that. It's kind of important. I don't want to stick this cap on here, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to lose the drone because I was being a cheapskate. And this will just protect like the most vitally parts of it, where it's like, you know, your generator, your detector, your radio, radar, all of the things, all of the really expensive things that you don't want to lose. And I'm not super worried about the connector. We've got that bit at the front, and if it does break, well, we can repair it. You know, that's repairable. But if for whatever reason that remote control block breaks in flight and we happen to have our inertial dampeners off, we'll lose control over the drone. It'll fly out, or it'll just keep flying, which is why I said, yeah. So it's going to look a little silly with this kind of... Well, actually, you know what? It doesn't actually look too bad. I think it's alright. Okay, now with everything on there like it is, we should be able to fly back into the ship. And hopefully, we can take control of the drone and park it onto the back of our ship. If I've done this right. Right, now we need to go K-list, see how it's showing us. Okay, so this is our small grid. To take control of it, we want to go remote control and hit control. Now this, when I move, see how we've got control of the drone now? Yeah, the little guy's nodding. Okay. So that camera there, that is camera 1. I'm pretty sure that is the forward view. That is the rear view. Rear view camera. I think. I hope. Okay, we shouldn't need the drill. That should be active straight away anyway. What else do we need? We need all of the thrusters. Can we shift click all of them? No, we can't. We're going to have to group all of the thrusters together because we have to be able to... There we go. Yep. Okay, so we need to be able to turn all of these off. So we need to be able to block group these because whilst we're in flight, we don't want these thrusters on this ship acting counter to what our thrusters are doing. Or just firing off randomly and melting holes in our ship because the thing's going to be parked right next to us. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen. Okay, so we're going to call this thrusters. Save. Okay, now when we go to G list, we can now go groups, thrusters. Right, toggle block on off. So by pressing 9, see that? The little lights went out, the thruster lights. On, off, on, off. Okay. Yes. Okay, so number 1 shows us the front. Something's wrong here. Could it be that I don't have the drill? Okay, so let's see, what's it? Drill, use conveyor systems, show block, toggle block. Ah, no, wow, ha 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 ha. Okay, okay, so we'll just go G. Weapons and tools, the drill. We'll put him there. 3. Yep. There we go. We can activate him now with a click of the mouse. You know what else we forgot to put on this thing though? Just realised now. Modifications, you see? Spotlight. Okay, so we're gonna break contact with the drone. We're gonna jump out of the seat. Because yeah, without a light, obviously this thing flies inside a rock, it's not going to be able to see. It's going to be blind. It's totally pointless. So I think we'll remove that block right there and stick a spotlight on the top. Yeah, that one. Being very careful, because we don't want to shave bits off of it now. This is kind of like the final tweaking process. You forget the small things. So, spotlight. There we go. Okay, we want it. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now with that spotlight, it should be able to see. Let's try that again and see if we can get this thing docked. Okay, I just have to... That is all welded together, isn't it? Oh my god, we didn't even weld this properly. Wow. Okay. I thought we'd finished the ship. Weird. Okay, okay, so we hit K, and again, take control of the small grid, find the remote control on the list, we hit control, we push 1 so that we're viewing through the camera on the drone. Oh wow, bitch slap our fuel when we're moving around. Well, our power generator, sorry. Okay, now we need to switch to camera 2, the rear view. We'll just line ourselves up, sort of, I think. Is this correct? What do you think? We'll find out. Okay, this is harder than it looks because I'm having to reverse on, which means that the controls are now inverted because I'm looking through the rear camera. Oh, excellent. Well, we've locked on somehow. I'm not sure. I think that could be. Yeah, that was the landing gear. Ah, excellent. There we go. Now we're locked on. Okay, now we turn off our thrusters because we don't want to be using power. Right, now we hit F so that we're no longer looking through the camera. Yeah, you see, what we've done is we've made it so that our landing gear on the drone also helps ensure that we stay connected to the ship whilst it's in flight, because the connector doesn't always do that. Sometimes there's a certain amount of decoupling in flight, which can mean that one moment you're flying along perfectly happy and the next minute you're wondering, I had a thing on the back and it's not there anymore. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Now we need to hit F again so that we're out of drone control. Yes, you need to hit F twice. Now we're going to back out just as carefully as we can. Please don't hit any tiny rocks. Okay. You see how the drone's thrusters aren't firing because we turned them off. Right now that thing would probably be trying to melt a hole in our ship. These are important things. Drone safety lessons here. Okay. But yeah, we're now able to do all kinds of shenanigans. And we've got a little mining drone on the back. So we've got our signal and we've got our drone's signal as well. I'm certain our drone are oh, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, control panel. We want to take the broadcast radius up a little bit higher. I think we want to take it up to around about the same as the drone. Maybe a little bit more. That's fine. Okay, oh, that's a good point. I didn't check the drone's antenna. Control panel, antenna, broadcast radius 5,000 meters. Okay, so both antennas are now broadcasting at 5,000 meters. Okay, and with that, I would show you this thing mining, but I think I'm going to save that for next episode. Yeah, because wow. Okay, 1 hour 39 minutes coming up now. Yeah, so I'm going to end the episode there. I will continue on this series, but it's going to be intermittent. Yeah, so in the meantime, have fun, play safe, and I'll catch you guys later. Oh, hang on. There we go. Later, guys.